There it is. The ridiculous. Who selected this?
I love this music.
All
I love
right,
it every
let's
single
do
time.
it. What's today's portion of the Super Bowl to discuss?
So today, what we're going to do is Super Bowl party etiquette.
Oh, Jesus.
That's what we're going to discuss here.
This is going to be a distinct problem for me.
Okay. Let's start with this one here. Okay. The first one is you must bring the host of the house party a dish to maybe some booze saying thank you. And you must try to coordinate with other guests to make sure you don't double up on the gift.
Agree. Be less specific. Be a contributing member of the party. Yes.
I'll usually send a text or a phone call will be placed and say, what do you need? What are people bringing?
Right there.
And then
I
usually
disagree with it. And
usually the standard is I'll bring some beer.
Okay, here's what I would recommend. Don't put people in a position to ask you for stuff. You know the person. Bring them what they'd like or text them. I'm making X. You good with that?
The guys whose parties I usually go to, I know that they always need the case of beer because usually they're doing the food.
Degenerates. Got it.
No problem.
Noted.
Or it could be, you know what? We ran out of ice. Can you stop and pick up a couple bags? Cool. No problem.
But be a contributing member of the party. Yes.
Well, here's
Stop
another
off and
one.
pick up some Fernet.
Here's another one on the line of the dish.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I love this one. It says, whatever you bring, and yes, bring something, make sure it's ready to go when you get there. Meaning, don't try to ask for the oven to heat it up. Make sure it is already ready and prepared and ready to be served when you get there.
Disagree. Because unless you're from the west side of the state and you're just a crock-pot bum, you know what? Some things need to be made live.
Well, then it says, let the host know if you need to use the
Respect.
oven. Don't come expecting
That's
it to
fine.
be ready for you.
You got to tip them off. I got something electric happening, but I'm going to need a little kitchen time.
I always bring the beer cold. It's always ready to go.
Yeah, we have an idea of what you contribute to things.
Why is this so
You strike
outlandish
me
that
as the
beer
type
is at
of
a Super
guy.
Bowl party?
You strike me, and I've had this happen. You're the guy who says, "Hey, I brought the beers." Cutscene. You drank all the beers you brought.
Oh, I'll usually bring enough so that can be taking place also as well as the party because I'm a polite man.
Kenny brings a 6-pack and drinks 7. I know you.
Okay. One more regarding the dish. Okay. One more. It says, bring your dish in a disposable plastic or some kind of container that if you lose it or if it doesn't get back to you, fine.
No, that's so that you can take it home with you. Do not add dishes to the sink.
No, I think it's what he's saying is in the event that, you know what, you had to leave early.
Right.
I'm not
Yeah, the
calling
host
you
can then
saying,
just throw it away and
"Hey,
say,
my-
we're done.
Yes.
This expensive pot that I left there, I need to come back and get it.
How
You're
did
like,
people in prior generations function without the disposable aluminum pan? Honestly, it's one of the greatest inventions in history.
No, you're right. It was you left a pot or you found an old pot or something that you didn't need.
This next one is for Kenny.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure he understands this etiquette for the party that he goes to.
Don't bring a bag of opioids.
No.
Oh.
Throw your own trash away. Don't expect someone to come around and throw it away for you. Throw your own trash away, Kenny.
Why am I being painted like this? I drink all the beer that I brought. I don't throw anything away.
Kenny, you've painted your own canvas.
No, don't do that.
All right, I'll let Rico vote. Is this something that should have been directed towards Kenny or not?
Rico.
There it is.
Rico. Be very careful.
Looks like race relations have taken a hit.
It's just February. Go ahead.
Another one for Kenny. Well, no. Okay, I will give
Stop
that one for Kenny.
it.
No.
But who doesn't throw away their own trash? I guess
Kenny. I could just see Kenny sitting there with a bunch of stained paper towels on the couch, and you walk by and you're like, "Oh, Kenny, you done with that plate?"
Okay, Kenny, it's not. What are you doing?
He's throwing flags. He doesn't have.
I know,
but
but it's
anymore.
No, at some point, like, who doesn't throw away their own trash? I gotta think you're a one and done type of person. You're never getting invited back.
Wow. Now, see, Kenny, now that's the comment you should be hurt by.
Okay.
I'm always invited back. I always throw my garbage away. I will not take
Kenny,
any more of this slander.
Why are you letting him gaslight you? I didn't say that was about
Both of you. You didn't say that. You didn't say no when he asked you. You didn't say no when he asked you.
Because you gave me a menacing look.
That's because I wanted you to say no.
Didn't know which side of the fence should I say.
He's already on edge. It's Black History Month. Enough.
Left side, strong side.
All right. The next one is the setup for the Super Bowl party. You want to make sure that you have multiple screens available in different areas so people can watch it in different areas if they want to.
I think it's a nice touch, but not everybody has that type of setup.
You're right.
Let's be very
You're right
fair
about that. So,
but if you do, yes.
Yes. So let's keep it to this one because I think everyone can make sure this happens. Comfortable seating. Make sure you have enough chairs, bean bags, whatever you need. Make sure you have enough.
Has a bean bag.
It just listed it.
What is this, 1985?
I'm just reading it. I'm just reading it.
I mean,
Make sure you plug in your lava lamp too while you're at it.
Yeah, like honestly, like if you told me like Carr showed up to college with a beanbag to Rico's room, I'd be like, oh, that makes sense. Carr seems like a beanbag guy.
I think he did have a beanbag.
It was 1987. Right. He probably showed up with a copy of Top Gun and a beanbag.
Creative Records.
Here's what I would say. With your setup, your setup has to be commiserate with the amount of people you invite and vice versa.
Right. Correct.
If you do not have the ability, this is like a holiday. If you don't have the ability to host 20 people, don't invite 20 people.
Correct.
But I would say you need to plan for the couple of extra, like, hey, brought my buddy along with me. Or
see, that's a Kenny move. I can absolutely see Kenny showing up.
The significant other decided
+3.
she wanted to come, and it's like, wow, where am I supposed to go?
We are straying so far away from the reality of how I am at a party, okay?
This is my buddy Nicholas. I didn't invite him.
The next is about not being that guy.
The next one is about, do you bring your own hot dog roller?
Yes.
Just keep going.
So the next is about not being that guy, meaning.
Here we go.
No.
No.
So if you're a guy, if you're going or anyone going to a party, if you don't necessarily care about the game, don't stand up or don't be the big or the loudest person at the TV.
Agreed.
Stay away from the game and you can do your thing.
Also treat the viewing like you're at the game, which means, hey, down in front. Do not get up during game action.
Correct.
You can wait for the copious amount of commercials.
Do we have a policy, by the way, I don't know if this is in there, David, and I'm sorry if it is, but do we have a policy about kids? Because there's very specific ones that I'm talking about.
And let me help you. The party is either totally kids-friendly because it is a group of people who all have kids. Have at it. Go play Jenga. Do whatever you like. Or no kids.
What about the Davids of the world? And this is not an insult, I promise. But the guy that says,
two families?
My kids are different. My kids won't cause any kind of a disruption.
No, the answer is no. No, you can't make a special accommodation. It's either a kid-friendly party or it is not.
Correct.
That is it.
Correct.
I mean, again, agree, disagree?
No, I agree because here's what happens, Kenny. You make that one exception and somebody's like, wait, so I had to jump through hoops to get a babysitter and I could have just brought my kids with me.
And here's the other thing, and I'm sorry I have to say this. David or otherwise, your kids are not special. Your kids are bleep holes just like the rest.
Here's the thing.
They're only special because they emanated from your ding-a-ling.
Here's the thing. It's good for me to say that, but when you have a 4-year-old, you have to understand you have a 4-year-old.
No, you have
and take control. No, what I'm saying is you take control. You know, either he ain't coming or he ain't coming.
There's no kid under the age of 7 that isn't a bleep hole. So realistically, right, David, that's my point.
Yeah.
You can't, my kids are special.
Yeah, but that's not how.
No one else's kids are that. No,
that's not reality.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
There's the chance that everything, it's like when you're on a flight and you see a kid.
Correct.
And it's almost like a countdown clock. Okay.
Yeah,
can we make it all the way to landing before this kid starts crying?
Right.
But if it's
the potential is there.
If it's a kid-friendly party, no stress.
That's it.
But there's a line in the sand on that.
You're
and
exactly
I think
right.
it's extremely nervy if somebody knows it's not a kid-friendly party and then they try to guilt you into the Willy Wonka golden ticket of, okay, you can bring little Francis. No.
You're exactly right. And we'll end it with this one, Kenny. Don't get obliterated before the kickoff.
Okay, all right.
Kickoff is at 6:18. If you get to the party at 5, do not drink yourself into oblivion.
Kenny's gone by coin toss.
Right.
He left.
What you don't want to become is tailgate guy who is sitting there in the parking lot, tickets in hand, 50 feet from the stadium, never made it in.
Pace yourself, Kenny. Pace yourself.
I mean,
I would say this.
maybe Kenny's a gentleman. I don't know.
He's a good. Yeah, he's great. He is.
An addendum to this.
Patronizing white guy comment. I'm sure that felt great, Kenny.
At no point during the Super Bowl party should you become drunk guy.
Correct. Exactly.
Okay? Enjoy
Exactly.
yourself, have drinks, but don't become that person where we're now having to worry, David, how are you getting home?
Don't become Wojo. And that is your Super Bowl.
I was just saying how you get home. You know what, Mike? What are we going to do?